Hi, thanks for being in a new video. This time I have with me the OnePlus Buds 3. We're going to do a full review. Let's get started. These earbuds from OnePlus are the most current thing they have in their catalog and the most advanced. They have not launched a Pro model or an Ultra Premium range edition, but we see that they have very good specifications at a price that is not yet considered exorbitant. In Mexico, their launch price has been 2,999 pesos. That is approximately $150, although they have a discount and the current price is 2,099 pesos, so it's even lower and therefore more attractive. Honestly, I have been trying them out lately and I have found them to be of very good quality. But how about you join me in getting to know them point by point? Let's start by taking a look at the case that we are going to have, in this case in the black edition, although there is also a blue edition. On the outside comes the brand name, and in this case the device does not have wireless charging, but it does have a USB-C port on the back to charge them. I'll tell you more about how long it takes to charge later. It's a relatively comfortable and compact case. The matte design pleases me to no end. Opening the lid, we are directly in front of the headphones, and note that they have a good level of magnetic absorption, so it is very difficult for them to fall out. On the outside, there is an LED indicator of the current status of the headphones, and on the inside, there is a button to easily reattach the headphones. So the case I think is fine. Also, the case has a weight of 40.8 grams. I think it's considerably light to carry. As you notice, the headphones have a completely enclosed design, meaning they have these isolating ear pads. Also, through the app, you're going to find a fit test to find the ideal size for your ear. The application is called Hey Melody, although if you have an Oppo or OnePlus cell phone, it is not necessary to install the application. Simply from the Bluetooth settings, you will be able to access all the settings of these headphones, something that I find very interesting. They have a weight of 4.8 grams each. In this case, in the internal area, we will find a sensor to stop or resume playback depending on whether you take off or put on the headphones. In addition, they have an IP55 level of resistance against water and dust. As you realize, they have various microphones around them for noise cancellation, and they have this very nice tube format design, fully reflective on the outside and matte on the inside. In addition, through the application, you also have an option to make it sound in case you have dropped an earphone and you can't find it so easily. The design is really good. There is not much more to say about it. Now let me tell you about the controls you can have through these headphones to be able to manage your music, switch to the next one, and similar things. You should know that through the application, you are going to be able to modify the controls individually. The left earphone can have a different behavior than the right earphone, and that is something that gives you much more versatility and is a positive point. Curiously though, with a single tap, it's not going to do any kind of action by default, but through the app you can add a setting if you want it to have playback or pause. With 2 taps on any of the headphones, you can go to the next song, although through the app you can also modify it to have no action at all, or also if you wanted to go to the previous song, or you wanted to activate the voice assistant, or you wanted to activate the game mode for low latency, which we'll talk about later. With 3 taps by default, you go to the previous song, but you can modify between all the settings I mentioned a moment ago. And for volume control, interestingly, they do support sliders, so you have all kinds of controls. It's very versatile and they give you a practically high-end headphone experience. And in case you hold down the touch, we're going to be able to have noise control in case we want an ambient mode or full cancellation. And there's something curious about these headphones with respect to the controls, but it's a feature that's exclusive to Oppo or OnePlus phones. In this case, if you enter the camera on your cell phone and you have one of the headphones in place, simply by tapping twice you can enable the shutter, something that so far I had not seen in a common way in other headphones. So it can give you a plus, as I say, if you have any device of these brands. Let's talk now about the sound quality that can emit these headphones, because in this sense it's going to be a very good experience. Although by default the bass frequencies have a very subtle presence, they are not so marked. So if you are one of those who want very powerful bass, it's not going to be enough, but fortunately you can also activate an option called bass wave, and with it the presence of bass frequencies is increased much more and can definitely satisfy all tastes. They also have a feature called Golden Sound, with which you can run various tests to create a sound style tailored to your ear canal. So it definitely brings the necessary features for you to have a sound according to your taste completely. In fact, also through the application you have 4 equalization presets: balanced, vocals, bass, and treble. In addition to the bass wave setting that I mentioned, that is to further increase the presence of bass frequencies. And also in addition to this, you can have a custom equalizer with 6 bands available. So through the app, the experience is greatly enhanced for you as the user to choose which sound you like best. The headphones offer dual diaphragms, so they have, let's say, 2 little horns, so that one emits the low frequencies and the other the highs and mids, so the sound reaches your ears cleaner. The larger diaphragm is 10.4 millimeters and the smaller one is 6 millimeters. Overall, I insist that they achieve a very good sound. Their response is from 15 Hz to 40 kHz, so they offer a very wide range. Generally, the response of our ears is 20 to 20, so most headphones have that range as well. But obviously, the closer you get to the limits, they're going to have a lower response. And in this case, it's appreciated that the limits are extended so that the response in the frequencies that we still manage to hear is more powerful. So they are headphones with a very good quality. It is not possible for me to give you a sample of how they are sounding, but they definitely do achieve a very good sound experience. Also, I forgot to tell you that they are considerably comfortable. Obviously, this may vary depending on your ear, and being in-ear headphones, they do get tiring at some point, but they are still headphones that I would consider comfortable. In addition, they have a good fit. It will be very difficult for them to fall out due to the design of this tube. And with respect to the audio codecs, they are also going to offer us something advanced. While they have SBC and AAC, which most headphones have, in this case they also incorporate LHDC, so they can give you much higher resolution sound. Obviously, with compatible sound applications, I mean, if you need your music to be in extremely high resolution, if you want to take advantage of the full capabilities of these headphones, but if not either way, they're going to sound great. And the noise cancellation is also very good. It comes in at 49 decibels according to OnePlus figures, and you're really going to notice that they can isolate you very well. In fact, with simple passive noise cancellation, they achieve good isolation, and if you add to that the active noise cancellation, it's going to be very good. In fact, it has 3 levels and a setting where you can select them to change or adapt intelligently. So you can have light, moderate, or maximum cancellation. And as I tell you, you could also have an automatic setting so that on stages or in very noisy places, also the noise cancellation is turned up. And in low noise places, the cancellation is turned down in order to save a little bit more battery life as well. And something that I found curious is that the attention mode also has an option to give emphasis to the voices and to hear them more clearly. You as the user choose whether or not you want this option. So I repeat that they are headphones that in the sound section are very good. And as we have already seen, also in design and also in controls. So I think they are quite recommendable. Next, we are going to test the microphones of these headphones. So next, you'll hear a test recorded with them.
Esta es una prueba de audio en un ambiente completamente silencioso, solamente para verificar que también logran captar el audio estos micrófonos.
As you can see, from my point of view, we are going to find a good sound quality. This obviously will also vary greatly depending on the environment in which you are, but within the tests I have done, I consider that they offer a good audio resolution for microphones. Now let's talk about the drums, and is another issue that can vary a lot depending on whether you listen to the music very loud or what style of music, but generally speaking, the headphones give us 10 hours of playback with noise cancellation turned off, and considering the case, it can extend up to 44 hours of playback. So I think that's considerably good, although if you enable noise cancellation, the duration drops significantly to about 6.5 hours individually, and 28 hours considering the case. Though I think you'd get a full day's worth either way with no problem. And in this case, OnePlus doesn't share an exact figure for how long it takes to charge the earbuds. But on the information card, I put the figure that it took in my case. But what OnePlus does share is the time it could give you fast charging. That is, with 10 minutes of charging, you can get 2 hours of playback. This is considering you keep the headphones inside the case. And if the case is fully discharged, with 10 minutes of charging, it can give you up to 7 hours of playback. That's going to give you good battery life. Although these are obviously not the headphones with the biggest battery on the market. And lastly, let's talk about the connection. Fortunately, they feature Google Fast Pair. So by simply uncovering the headphones, if you have an Android phone nearby, they will immediately be detected so you can easily link them to your phone and even to your Google account. They don't have Microsoft Swift Pair though. So to link them to a Windows laptop, the process will be completely manual. But it is possible to link them. Just as it is possible to pair them to an iPhone without too much trouble, they have Bluetooth 5.3, so they have a good level of stability and also a good range, and they can be paired to two devices at the same time and handle the connection intelligently. They offer a latency of 94 milliseconds at the lowest setting, although this can vary depending on the cell phone they are connected to, but generally speaking that's the lowest latency they can handle. The best experience will be if it's linked to an Oppo or OnePlus device, and of course they should be high-end. In fact, on these devices the gaming mode can be enabled automatically because they are within the same ecosystem. If you do not use an Oppo or OnePlus cell phone, you can enable the game mode manually with the controls or also through the app. Next we will hear a test of this latency. And that's it. That's it for these headphones. From my point of view, they are headphones that will offer us a good experience. Especially if you use an Oppo or OnePlus phone, I generally always recommend that. If you are going to buy headphones that are of the same brand because they generally have a greater interaction or take advantage of some additional features that you would not find if you use other different brands. So I hope you liked this video. For now, this has been all. If you liked it, you can let us know and we'll see you next time.